Hello, this is Dave Brixis with Explosive Sports Performance, and you're watching the video blog. Now, the area I want to talk on this week is on adversity, overcoming adversity. Now, we all have in all parts of our lives. We've gone through different things. You know, you lost a family member, you've had an injury, or whatever. But I want to gear it towards the sports, the athletes, the teams that come off a loss, especially after you won a bunch of games in a row, maybe 5, 6, 7 games in a row. Then all of a sudden you come in, had a tough loss, you played the team well, it could have gone either way, but you ended up losing. Greatness comes from how you respond to that loss. Yeah, it was great that you maybe won 5 or 6 in a row and nobody expected you to, but greatness is going to be seen how you respond to that adversity that comes your way. And that is an adversity, all right? Sometimes you get overconfident or whatever it is, and you know everything's going your way, then all of a sudden something slams right into you. You got to understand that you have to overcome these things. And a lot of times the next obstacle is even more difficult. Not only because you lost and not quite feeling good about yourself, but because that team that you're going to have to play next is going to be a very, very good team, or that opponent you're going to play next is going to be very, very good, if not maybe the best team you play all year. So you got to find it deep down inside yourself what makes you great. Greatness doesn't always come from, hey, we won every single game, we blew everybody out by 90 points or whatever it is. Now, greatness comes from when you fall down and getting yourself back up. How do you get yourself back up? Everybody's going to get up. Let's be honest. Everybody gets up. But it's how you get up. It signifies who you are as an individual and who you are as a team. Are you going to get up with an attitude to go back out there and say, you know what? Those first 5 or 6 games that we won in a row, they weren't a fluke. They weren't flukes. The fluke was we lost because we didn't come prepared. We weren't quite ready. We didn't play up to our potential. This game, even though the team's probably better on paper than us, we're going to prove to them and show to them that we deserve to be there. And that's what you got to understand. That's the adversity you got to overcome. Everybody has it. You might have an injury on the team. A guy sitting out, all right, for the big game. Can you come together as a unit, as a team, and define yourself as we deserve to have the record we have? Wasn't handed to us by us playing cupcakes or these easy teams, and you know, these guys weren't there because they were hurt when we played them, but then when they came back for other games, all that kind of stuff. This is going to define who you are, how well you can come back from a loss. There's a lot of teams that I deal with, a lot of teams that I've worked with, that have shown that to overcome that adversity. A lot of people say, well, you know, they're struggling right now, they have injuries, they lost that last game, they're missing these guys, they're not going to win. And they find a way to win. Why? Because they dig deep down. They find what drives them. They find what motivates them. They find what made them 5-0, 6-0, 7-0, or won all those games. They find that deep down inside. And that's what individuals and athletes need to do. You need to find what drives you, what makes you great, what separates yourself from somebody else, what makes you to become better. Overcome the adversity that's in your life, whatever it is, the tough loss that you had, the player that's missing, and overcome that and come together as a unit. As a unit, you can do whatever you want. But when you start having a unit and all of a sudden it starts to break apart when it becomes individuals, it's very susceptible to defeat again. But if you can come together as one, it's very difficult to break that bond. And that's what I'm trying to get across, is overcoming the adversity that's in your life. No matter what it is, overcoming it, make yourself great. Define yourself as a great team, a great individual, but do it together. All right? Make sure you do that, bring yourself together, and you're going to see the reward. Those rewards tend to always be greater. Off a loss, off an injury, and you come back and you prove everybody else wrong. There's nothing that feels greater than something like that out there in the sports world, overcoming that adversity. Make sure you get out there and unleash that potential all week long, and we'll see you next week.